In the land of Thurnvale, where the moon bled red and the winds spoke in whispers, the forest of Blackspire stood like a wound against the earth. Its trees twisted toward the sky as though begging for mercy, and even in daylight, its paths remained cloaked in shadow. Travelers who wandered near it told of sounds that didn't belong, rustling leaves with no wind, footsteps that echoed without company, and most chilling of all, laughter. Not joyous, but jagged. Not human, but shaped like something that once had been. They said if you ever saw a coyote in those woods, sitting still and laughing like a man, you should run, pray, or both, because that was him, the betrayed one. Long before the whispers and warnings, before the scream-ridden nights and empty villages, there was peace, or something close to it. Vaela was a sorceress, one of rare power. Her magic was not the fire and storm kind that drew attention, but an older craft. She knew the language of the roots, the moods of the stones, the songs of the wind. People came from far villages for her blessings, for healing, for rain, for protection. At her side was Cerrick, a warrior made of quiet loyalty and violent strength. He had once been offered to fire spirits as a child, his body marked in soot and scar, but he had survived, and through that survival became something more than human. Where Vaela wove spells in silence, Cerrick was the sword that guarded her breath. He loved her not with words, but with presence. They had no vows, no ceremony, only the kind of bond that was felt in bone. But power breeds fear, and fear turns men cruel. Vaela saw it in their eyes first. The grateful ones became cautious, then suspicious. When crops failed and rains delayed, they whispered. When a child died in sleep, they looked to the forest. The same villagers who had once laid flowers at her door now stepped back when she passed. Cerrick warned her not to let it poison her heart. "They're small-minded," he said one night as they watched lanterns flicker across the valley. "They forget who you are the moment the wind turns." "And if the wind turns further," she asked, "then we leave. We have no chains here." But Vaela's magic was rooted to the land, and her fear began to bloom. It came to her in dreams at first, a voice like smoke curling through her thoughts, promises made not in language, but in feeling. You will lose them all, unless, and then images of deeper magic, of shadows rising at her call, of a power that bent the spine of kings. All she had to do was take it. It led her to the ash tree, ancient beyond memory. It stood alone in a hollow deep in Blackspire Forest, its bark black as char, its branches long and crooked. No bird dared nest in it. No beast passed beneath it. It was a cursed thing, the kind of tree that remembered every death it had ever witnessed. Centuries ago, they had hanged witches from its limbs, women who once healed, protected, and frightened the simple with their strength. Their dying breaths fed the roots. Their screams soaked the earth. And now the ash tree whispered to Vaela, "They will betray you. Take this gift before they do. One soul, and I give you all of them." She resisted for a time, but each day brought colder stares. Each night, Cerrick returned, bloodied from defending their borders. Fear gnawed her spirit. She began to wonder if love alone would be enough when the torches came. And so she stood before the ash tree on a night with no stars, a silver dagger in one hand, and ancient runes carved into her flesh. She spoke the incantation. She offered blood, and Cerrick, loyal even in suspicion, followed her. He stepped into the glade and saw the roots glowing with dark light, saw her form wreathed in shadows not her own. "Vaela," he whispered, the name catching in his throat. She turned. Her eyes were void. "You shouldn't be here," she said. "What are you doing? Surviving?" He moved toward her. "This isn't survival. This is surrender." "You would die for me," she said softly. "I know. You always would have. That's why it has to be you." The roots surged like snakes and bound him. He didn't scream. He never begged. He just looked at her the way he always had, without fear, without question. "I forgive you," he said. She wept as she slit his throat. The blood sank into the roots. The ground shuddered. The tree wailed. And something woke. The forest changed first. Trees warped and stretched. Leaves grew blackened and thick. The animals fled. The soil soured. And then the screams began. People heard them at night, echoes of dying voices, caught forever in the leaves. Crops failed. Wells turned foul. And from the edge of the woods, a shadowed figure began to appear. A woman cloaked in roots and ash, her hands trailing smoke, her eyes like bottomless pits. Villagers that defied her were swallowed. The dead rose behind her. She was no longer Vaela. She was something worse. But her punishment had already begun. Cerrick did not pass on. His soul, bound by betrayal and blood magic, remained twisted, mocking mad. He took the form of a coyote fur, black as the tree, eyes hollow, mouth too wide. And when he laughed, it was with a man's voice, broken, sharp, full of the love that became rot. He haunted the woods she ruled. Every time her magic spread, he was there, laughing. When she burned a village, he sat upon the ruins and howled. Her power grew, but peace never returned, and neither did sleep. Over the years, people learned the signs, the laughter in the trees, the way silence pressed on your chest, the way the coyote watched you, still and grinning. Now children are taught not to look too long at the woods, not to chase sounds, and never, under any moon, to follow the sound of laughter. They say it belongs to a man who loved a witch and who died for it, that when you see a coyote laughing like a man, you should not speak, should not move, should not breathe too loud, because that's him, the one who never forgot, the one who still laughs